láti máa dùn yẹn nínú Àgídìgbò 88.7 FM ohùn aráàlú.
There's a lot to digest and a lot of voices to be heard. Stick to the frequency that amplifies these voices, stories and reports that make the difference. This is Agidigbo News, 88.7 FM.
This is Kunle Amzat Studio, Agidigbo 88.7 FM. Welcome to News Around the World.
A very good evening and you're welcome to the news around the world on the most listened to radio station, Agidigbo 88.7 FM Ibadan. I am Bowale Akimbode. First, the headlines. President Tinubu charges military to combat terrorists, protects national reforms. Bengansan stops gas crude supply to Dangote refinery. London nursery worker jailed over abuse of 21 babies. Makinde expresses readiness to host Super Eagles match at Ibadan Stadium. Now the details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has charged the Nigerian Armed Forces to confront insurgents and terrorists with renewed vigor, warning that their objective is to derail his administration's reforms and plunge the country into economic chaos. The warning comes at a time when Nigeria continues to grapple with multiple security challenges, ranging from Boko Haram and ISWAP insurgency in the northeast to banditry and mass abductions in the northwest, separatist agitations in the southeast and oil theft in the Niger Delta, which have not only drained national resources but also scared away investors, slowed agricultural production and worsened inflation. President Tinubu, represented by Senate President Godswill Akpabio, delivered a message today at the combined passing out parade of the 72 regular corps of Army, Navy and Air Force Short Service Corps and Branch Commission Corps of the Nigerian Defense Academy NDA Kaduna. The President also lauded the NDA for its embrace of technology in training and research, describing it as a crucial step in preparing officers for modern warfare where cyber threats, drones, artificial intelligence and unconventional tactics are increasingly redefining the battlefield. The industrial dispute between the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Bengansan, took a dramatic turn today as the union ordered 7 branches to cut off crude oil and urge oil and gas supplies to the 20 billion naira facility. It will be recalled that in a letter signed by its General Secretary Lumumba Okubawa, the union accused the refinery management of anti-labor practices and the unlawful sack of its members in retaliation for exercising their constitutional rights to join the union, while claiming that the management also withdrew staff bosses and denied entry to locals while allowing expatriate access. Also in a statement on Friday, the refinery had clarified that only a small number of workers were affected by what it described as a reorganization aimed at preventing acts of sabotage within the facility, which pose serious risk to human lives and operations. However, in the directive issued to its branch chairman today, Bengansan instructed its chairman in key upstream and midstream oil companies to immediately cut off all crude oil and gas supplies to the refinery in retaliation to the refinery's Friday statement. The union described the move as illegitimate and accused the refinery of spreading misinformation instead of addressing the matter through dialogue, and further mandated the branch chairman to ensure strict compliance with the order and told them to give regular updates on the action taken. Artificial intelligence (AI) is now widely used in schools, hospitals and workplaces to improve productivity and solve problems. Despite its benefits, AI is also misused for academic cheating. spreading fake news and online scams. This growing reliance raises ethical concerns about misuse, overdependence and accountability. Agidigbo FM News correspondent Aliyat Olaujo reports.
Artificial intelligence, AI, is transforming how people learn, work and solve problems. In schools, hospitals and businesses, it is making tasks faster, more accurate and efficient. However, misuse is on the rise. Some students now rely on AI to cheat in assignments and examinations. Scammers create fake voices and identities, while false information is being spread to manipulate public opinion. Experts warn that over-reliance on AI could weaken creativity and critical thinking, causing people to lose important skills such as writing and problem solving. While AI itself is not harmful, clear rules are needed. Policies and AI checkers should be put in place to regulate its use and ensure its benefits to the society without causing harm. Speaking with Agidigbo FM News, Mr. Kayode Bankole, a lecturer at the University of Ibadan, shared his views on the pros and cons of AI.
First of everything is bad, so we should be moderate in using it because there are negative aspects of AI while there are positive aspects of AI. So anything that is outside academics, students should not use AI to aid their schooling or academics. Not thinking, if we're not guided or we're not instructed, students tend to abuse the use of AI.
In a separate interview with Agidigbo FM News, Igaga Adeoluwa said over-reliance on AI in academics is unethical.
Ethical use of AI, I think that's using AI in the right manner, using it in the right sense. It is not so good that we should rely on AI to do everything for us. Like most students nowadays can tell AI to write a whole essay for them, which is unethical. Telling AI to write a full essay for you, or telling AI to single-handedly do everything for you. And a lot of people don't actually realize that AI can actually do a lot of mistakes. So AI is not so reliable. We can't rely on AI to just do everything for us.
Also speaking with Agidigbo FM News, Victor Shinyonbola stated that there should be policies regulating the use of AI.
Unfortunately, the problem we have is that this generation, society, they are very lazy, right, when it comes to studying and all of that. So most people, they just go online, this says this, and they're not going to do their own confirmation. I believe that when it comes to rules, right, there should be restrictions too. So I believe that there should be rules, there should be guidance things, should serve as restrictions, and policies should be made.
Education stakeholders emphasize that the system should develop policies for AI use, including the deployment of AI checkers to detect AI-generated content. Analysts conclude that AI should be used responsibly in order to maximize its benefits and reduce its risks. Aliyat Olaujo, Agidigbo FM News.
The Barakat Old Students Association, BOSA, today concluded its 4-day activities lined up to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Barakat Nursery and Primary School and Barakat College, Ibadan. The grand finale and professorial reception ceremony held at the school premises included the publication of the first ever BOSA Compendium. Agidigbo FM correspondent Aisha Oladeji, live at the milestone event, brings the details.
It was a resounding moment at the premises of Barakat College, Ibadan today as the Old Student Association, BOSA, concluded the 4-day celebration marking the school's 40th anniversary. Established in 1984 by the very first Are Musulumi of Yoruba land, Alhaji Abdulaziz Arishekola Lawo, under the Islamic Education Foundation, Barakat's offspring has grown into be experts in diverse fields of life, even at the national level. In his opening remarks, the planning committee chairman, Mr. Abdurrahman Ademoye, expressed gratitude to all attendees for their support and participation in the milestone event, urging all parents to be part of the awards academic journey.
At least 90% of the funds, in fact over 90%, about 95% of the funds that has gone into the planning of this were from the old student alone. And that is to tell you the kind of impact we can make if we come together.
The highlight of the ceremony was the publication of the first ever BOSA Compendium, a comprehensive documentation of the school's history, achievement, including detailed resource for alumni, researchers, and anyone interested in the school's rich heritage. The event served as a reunion for old friends and a platform for networking, strengthening bonds, among past and present members of the Barakat family. As distinguished guests and alumni delivered goodwill messages reflecting on the school's impact on their lives and the community.
Of our fire, there is Alabiama stream that goes across the site. That this place will not be, nobody shall be consulted this place.
So for the success of Islam, fortnightly, this place by that time was more or less bush. It's true, we were praying for the growth of Islam and the development of Islam in various ways.
In humility, in the Iman, that is everything good.
Also, Barakat College is to be dedicated, to be focused, and to always trust and worship Allah.
To study hard, they need to be tenacious, they need to be patient, they need to have a lot of perseverance. They also need to study well and also listen to their parents.
May Allah continue to be with you, increase you in knowledge, wisdom, good deeds, and may Almighty Allah reward you abundantly.
The anniversary lecture of the 40th anniversary was delivered by the first head girl of Barakat Primary School, Professor Agbola Olatunji, urging students to strive and stay focused and resilient despite all odds.
Hundreds of thousands. And I can only ask Allah in His infinite mercies to reward us all for the effort, especially those that are working tirelessly behind the scene to oil the progress of the association, and of course the members of the planning committee and the executives. So it is with a deep sense of honor and humility that I stand before you today to deliver the 40th anniversary lecture in this epoch-making event in the history of Barakat Nursery and Primary School. You will all agree with me that we indeed have a lot to be thankful for. We have many stories to tell. We have many reasons to celebrate with. And today we are celebrating the strength of the courage, the resilience, the determination of our founding fathers. We are celebrating the sheer sacrifice, the altruism of our teachers, their dedication and devotion.
The milestone celebration today, anchored by Alhaji Abdulrazak Abdugani, Mr. GRA, concluded with a professorial reception honoring individuals who have made significant contributions to the school's growth and development.
Professor D.O.S. Noibi, in recognition of your establishment and sustainability of Barakat schools.
The event themed Barakat yesterday, today and tomorrow had a medical outreach with mentorship session on day 2, symbolic anniversary walk and Jumat service before drawing the curtains today at the school premises. As the 40th anniversary celebration of the Barakat school ends today, it is evident that the objective of the anniversary is to celebrate their impact, recognize contributions, and promote legacy. Aisha Oladeji, Agidigbo FM News.
And now it's time to link up with our United Kingdom studio for the foreign news.
News from Agidigbo FM United Kingdom. I am Folashade Familusi. Amazon is paying a historic $2.5 billion settlement with the Federal Trade Commission, ending a 2-year dispute over allegations Amazon used sophisticated subscription traps designed to manipulate consumers into enrolling in Prime subscription service and then made it exceedingly hard for consumers to cancel their subscriptions, the agency announced on Thursday in New York City. A nursery worker in southwest London has been jailed for 8 years after she was found guilty following a trial. Roxana Leka was caught on CCTV punching, pinching and kicking children in her care. It was reported several parents of the children who had been under Leka's care reported unusual injuries and bruising, not knowing it was Leka who committed them. A jury at Kingston Crown Court established the CCTV footage as evidence that Roxana Leka, 22-year-old, was found guilty and then sentenced to 8 years imprisonment. That's ending news from Agidigbo FM United Kingdom. I am Folashade Familusi.
And now to the exciting world of sport. The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has expressed readiness to provide the necessary facilities to host a Super Eagles match at the Lake on Salami Stadium in Adamasingba, Ibadan. The governor made this known while declaring open the 2025 Annual General Assembly of the Nigeria Football Federation NFF held in Ibadan, the state capital, where he commended the federation's leadership for its transparency in managing football affairs across the country. Governor Makinde also praised the NFF leadership for the positive turnaround being witnessed in the Nigeria Domestic League, describing it as a step towards revitalizing football at the grassroots. The Oyo State Governor further advocated for a single term of office for sport administrators in Nigeria to enhance accountability and performance. In his welcome address, the NFF President Ibrahim Gusau assured Governor Seyi Makinde that the Federation would stage a national team match in Oyo State before 2027 in recognition of the Governor's contributions to sports development. And before we end the news around the world this evening, here are the headlines again. President Tinubu charges military to combat terrorists, protect national reforms. Pengassan stops gas crude supply to Dangote refinery. London nursery worker jailed over abuse of 21 babies. Makinde expresses readiness to host Super Eagles match at Ibadan Stadium. And before we go on the news around the world this evening,